Welcome to Cyber Citadel. Part 1 of our penetration test cost breakdown, the level of network system complexity. Computer networks are critical for any modern-day organization. A network system consists of devices and nodes that are linked in order to share resources, exchange files, or allow electronic communication. Depending on the size of an organization, a network system can be small and relatively simple, or large and exceedingly complex. However, even in small businesses, nodes and connections far outnumber employees, especially company IT professionals. While they have obvious benefits, network systems provide the greatest weakness to business security. Cybercriminals routinely exploit elements of network systems that are vulnerable, unmanaged, or in some cases completely ignored. Malicious techniques used to attack a network system could include manipulating a misconfigured web application, exploiting unpatched software, or gaining privileged access by brute force. In any case, the more complex a network system, the greater likelihood an attacker will exploit one or many of the vulnerabilities highlighted in the OWASP Top 10. Penetration tests start by establishing a scope of work. This scoping process maps out a network system's complexity and specifies the extent of a penetration test. For example, to fully encompass a network system, a penetration test might include testing external and internal networks, web applications, wireless connections, device connections, and even human vulnerabilities to social engineering attacks. The more complex the network, the more time is required to run an effective pen test, and partly determines its final cost. A common but ill-advised cost-saving technique by clients looking to perform a penetration test is to reduce the scope of work. But in adopting a limited scope of work, an organization still leaves itself vulnerable to a successful cyber attack. Only testing web applications could overlook vulnerabilities in a network's intranet or unpatched hardware, for example. At Cyber Citadel, we know the scope of a penetration test is directly related to its efficacy. The more in-depth and detailed a pen test performs, the more accurately a network system's security can be established. Find out in Part 2 how utilising the right resources can cover network systems of varying complexities while remaining cost-effective. And download our free white papers for industry-specific cybersecurity knowledge. Or get in contact today for an easy-to-follow scoping call. The risk is real. Defend with Cyber Citadel.